After Hours continues now from Rogers Place in Edmonton. Andrew Mangiapane was the Oilers' major off-season free agent signing, but I'm still hearing Mangiapane from some reporters around the NHL, and I don't like it because it's supposed to be Mangiapane.
Yep.
And I thought we straightened that out 4 years ago in this program.
Yes, but you know what? At least it's close, right? I've had some people along the way really butcher it, and it's Mangiapane, everything like that.
And I promise I'll get even better now.
No.
We are delighted to have you on the program tonight on the occasion of your 500th NHL game, and you celebrated it with your second goal in as many games with the Oilers. Had some family support here tonight.
Yes, they came. That's my wife there, my newborn. He's 2 months old, so. Second game there, so
and some nieces and nephews.
Sisters, my sister has her kids right there on the glass as well. So they all came out. They were there for my first game. Everybody there. So it's good to see them here on my 500th as well.
All right, early returns on your short time with the Oilers, Louis.
So you're 2 for 2 in shots in 2 games. You almost went 3 for 3. Pickard bailed you out tonight. Went back on the own net, but I mean, I don't think the start could have gone better for you coming into a new franchise, a new organization, and lots of expectations.
Yeah, obviously I think this goal here was really big for me. Obviously, being a Flame for a while there, so it was definitely nice to score on my old team for sure, right? So it's off to a good start, and I just gotta keep playing the way I am and create more and keep using my shot and shooting and just playing my game, right? And just trying to get my confidence back, right? I think last year was a little bit of a down year for me, right? So I just want to get the ball rolling this season here and just keep playing my game and keep building.
3 out of 5 years you've scored in the first game of the season, so you like to get off to a good start.
Yeah, I don't.
Especially when you're.
That's an interesting
especially
stat,
when you're on hockey night.
Yes, exactly. Oh, that's a good stat. So maybe you just play more often on the first game. Yeah.
You'll get some more. Trust me, there'll be more.
We are duty bound to point out that you were a little bit dangerous in both ends of the rink tonight.
Yeah.
This is the
I didn't like this play. This is Picks bailed me out for sure. Oh man, that would have been bad.
Great reaction too, eh? I mean, sometimes you can drift off there.
He heard me as soon as it hopped. I said, "Oh boy," and then he reacted to my "oh boy" and went down. He said so. It was a great save by him, but he was great all night. So that was probably his hardest shot that he faced there. It was probably one of the nicer ones that he'll have all season.
That was actually, I think, the Canucks' best scoring chance of the first 2 periods. Cordell Ferguson asks, who was the first Oiler to contact you when you signed in Edmonton?
When I was deciding, Coach called me, and McDavid and Leon sent a text. So when I was deciding if I should sign or not, they were kind of big influencers kind of calling me and expressing that they want me to sign here and all that. But when I signed, a lot of guys reached out. Stetcher is probably the main one. We played together in World Championships and in Calgary and all that, so we built a pretty good friendship there. And he reached out, and it's been a great transition for me. Right, everyone here has just been awesome, and a lot of people have reached out and made me feel comfortable.
You had 6 years on the other side of the Battle of Alberta. Let's just say that stuff happens in the Battle of Alberta. Now that you are a member of the Oilers, have you had a chance to make amends with Leon Draisaitl for questioning his family heritage? Let's watch and listen.
Long stare downs afterwards. Didn't like this little play here, and he thought he was kind of jabbed in a sensitive area right there by.
Yes, a sensitive area.
I don't even remember that even happening, right? But
did he remember?
I don't know. I got to ask him now after this, right? I know we had a lot of battles and whacks, and me and Darnell as well. So when my first day, Nursey came up to me, and he had a couple of good jokes for me, and we kind of hashed it out there. So it's all part of the game and everything like that. But like I said, those guys, we had all these battles on the ice, but they've welcomed me just with open arms here in this organization, and they left all that kind of in the past, right?
Well, every man watching that night felt Leon's pain. The Flames dealt you to Washington, where you had a chance to witness history. I guess better put, you were actually part of it, part of the great H chase for the NHL goal-scoring record.
Here's a pass, Ovechkin scores! The Great Eight stand side by side with the Great One.
That was April 4th, Chicago at Washington. Mangiapane to Carlson to Ovechkin. The record tied then at career goal 894. What do you think of your place in history?
It's pretty cool, right? I think that whole everything leading up to him breaking the record was just so surreal, right? Every time he scored or had a chance to score or empty net or anything like that, everybody was jumping up and down, and it was so great to see. And it couldn't happen to a better person. He's a really awesome human, and yeah, I was obviously fortunate enough to get traded there and have a season there, and it was a great time, great group of guys there. Nothing bad to say about anyone there. Those guys welcomed me as well with open arms, and just on Ovi, it was so surreal to be with him and be a part of that history. And I'm happy that I was able to get an assist and contribute to that, I guess, the chase.
A couple of nights later, he set the record, goal number 895 on Long Island, and that touched off a celebration that seemed to last a couple of weeks, Louis.
Yeah, it's incredible. And when it was built up as much as it was, and it was so amazing to see him break the record that I think, myself included, was never going to be broken. It almost seemed like for you guys, that might have been the highlight of the year. It was pretty hard to live up to that. How did you guys turn it on again to try and go into the playoffs and try and win the Stanley Cup? Because that is just, you guys had such a great season.
Yeah, we had a great season. And like you said, I think everybody was almost doing it for Ovi, right? Yeah. Everybody was so happy. He'd score an empty net, and everybody's just jumping up and down on the bench and full of joy. And it's just an empty net, but like he's coming down he's breaking down the whatever. He has the chase, right? He's doing it, right? And it's just so surreal to be a part of it. Like you said, you didn't think anyone would even touch or come close to Gretzky's record, and for what he did, it was just so surreal. And again, happy to be a part of it, right? It was awesome, and great group of guys. When we did, I'd say, party a little bit, maybe a little too hard there, but it was just an awesome time. And yeah, it was a great experience.
We first had you on this program, Andrew, in November of 21. You were white hot with the Flames. You had scored, I think, 7 in October and 8 in November. Even so, your parents never thought that you fully arrived in the NHL until you were interviewed by me and got the Hockey Night in Canada towel.
Yeah, that towel means the world to my dad specifically. He didn't even care about the puck. That was my first, I think that was my first goal there, and he didn't even care about the puck and asked me about that. He texted me right after saying, "Did you keep the towel? I want the towel. Give me the towel." And I was like, "Thanks, Dad. Thanks for saying congratulations to me." All he cared about was the towel.
Yeah, well, to support the importance of the towel, it's, or at least it was, on display in the family home in Bolton. Is it still there?
Still there. Yeah, right here. Yeah, it's always
great display.
Yeah, and it's hung up on the wall with the stick and all that. And yeah, that was it's great memories, right? But it was just so funny that he was he just wanted the towel. He didn't care anything else, just the towel. Right?
Beautiful, though, that display. Yes. Soiled only by the presence of the guy who actually interviewed you.
Yes.
Look, overlooked, underrated. That would be the story of your youth hockey career, Louis.
Yeah, pretty incredible. You know what? I love these kind of stories, and you've talked about it before, that you had to fight the odds to get a late draft pick. You needed to get, yourself noticed any way, shape, or form that you could. But you've talked about wanting to go, and here you were as a youngster building up. Always had the dream to play, right? And you never let that dream go away.
Yeah, it was up and down kind of roller coaster, for sure. I got I guess the Barrie Colts organization and Dale Howard, Chuck, and Todd Miller and Howie Campbell there. They invited me out to camp, and I just kind of went from there. Nobody really believed in me until really those guys did. I think my parents were obviously in my corner, my sisters, but with just the whole inspiration of or I guess the guidance of Dale and everyone like that, they gave me the opportunity when really no one else was. And I don't know where I'd be without the Barrie Colts organization. And I feel like my career just kind of still up and down roller coaster, but it really took off from there. And they were the ones to believe in me and give me a chance. You
still have that chip on your shoulder, though. I can see the intensity and the drive you come to every day, and that's kind of what makes you what you are.
Yeah, for sure. I think my motto, my MO is just always, go out there like it's your last shift, right? And give it your all and be a tenacious, hardworking player, right? Because I feel like that's how I got noticed in Barrie. And, I just wanted to keep doing it along the whole, in the AHL and the NHL, wherever you go, right? I think that's what drives me. And, when people don't believe in me and it helps me, I guess, push myself, and it's more fuel for the fire, right? So it's up and down roller coaster my career, but I wouldn't trade it for the world, and pretty surreal that I've been able to, I guess, play 500 NHL games. I wouldn't even think I would have played one if you asked me 10 years ago or whatever.
Well, Barrie is where everything changed for you, Andrew, when you went to the Colts training camp, I think in 2013 as a walk-on, and Dale Howardchuk identified you as a player he had to have, although your mother was not convinced. Tell us about the conversation that Patricia had with Dale.
Yeah, when they brought me into the room, I was at the back of the line because I was, like you said, undrafted free agent, so I was thinking that I wasn't going to talk to Dale or anyone like that. But they came out. They invited me in, and they wanted to go get my parents. So my mom was my agent at the time. I didn't have an agent, and
she was your agent by default because no one else would take you, right?
Yes, exactly. Nobody wanted me because I was too small, and they thought I wasn't a good player and everything like that. So she was my agent, and Dale said, "We want to sign your son," and she said, basically no. And she was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's got to go to school and everything. And Dale's like, "Listen, we really like your son. We're not just going to play him one game, and then you would lose your school eligibility at that time, right?"
NCAA.
Yeah, they canceled that now, I guess, right? They changed that rule, but that's what we were worried about, right? So she was fighting with Dale, and Dale said, "Listen, lady, we like your son. We want him to be here. Just let us sign him, right?" And then she went home and then Googled Dale Howardchuk and realized that we had the same birthday. So she took that as an omen and said, "Okay, you got to go to the Barrie Colts." She was saying no the whole time, and then she saw that we had the same birthday, and then that's it. April 4th.
She probably also saw he was a Hall of Famer. I'd say that was a good job by your agent there. Let's talk about your life, which changed for the better in the summer of 24 when you and Claudia were married. We have some pictures here that tell the story of a beautiful day in which a long-term relationship was formalized. In fact, Andrew, there is not much of a difference between the glitzy wedding pictures and this one from yours and Claudia's prom date, I think, in 2013.
Yeah, that's a while ago right there. That's an old photo.
So my guess is, if we could see that again, my guess is whatever that prom suit cost wouldn't have paid for one meal at the wedding, which is not to say you weren't turned out well for your prom date.
Yes, that's exactly right. I don't even know where I got that suit from, but looks good on me, though.
The late Johnny Gaudreau, prominent in the wedding pics as one of your groomsmen. Later that summer, of course, the tragic passing of Johnny and his brother Matthew. You guys were tight. How would you describe your friendship?
Yeah, we were really close, right? I felt John and I were really similar guys, obviously both small and underrated in our hockey career, right? But I just felt off the ice we would feed off each other, right? He's a great guy, comes from a great family, and it's sad. I still say I'm not still shocking, right? He's always just full of energy, and I don't know. He's always pulling pranks and messing with you, so. I don't know. You always thought maybe, okay, he's coming back or something like that, right? He's always, I don't know, right? Still hasn't, I'd say, fully hit me. It's still in shock. And he was a great friend, and, I miss him a lot.
Always remembered, forever loved, and well remembered by you. First week of August, you and Claudia welcomed your first child, AJ. How's your life changed?
It's crazy. Crazy how, just a little guy like that can just change your whole life, right? He's changed my whole world, and for the best. And he's young, happy, healthy baby. Mom's good, and everyone's healthy at home. And he's just so awesome, right? And he was here at the game, it's just feel like maybe he's my good luck charm. So he said I got to come to maybe on the road and everything like that and just support me all over.
Think of how far you've come in life. Here's a picture that's going to give us some perspective, and you can explain. I think we've lost our feed there. Can we see it? There it is.
Oh, no.
That's the $4,000 Saturn.
That's the journey right there. Part of the journey.
That's the up and downs right there. That might be a little bit of a down.
You and Rasmus Anderson bought that car together, right?
Yes. We both put $2,000 in Stockton. And we were in a pickle trying to find a car. We didn't know really what to do. So we started to go, I don't even know where we found this. So we went to San Fran somewhere in the middle of nowhere and saw this car. We said, well, we need a car. It runs. It'll get us from our house and to the rink, and that's what it was used for, and it lasted. Right? We changed the battery once. It died on us in San Fran. That was a little bit of another story. We had to
have a tow truck from San Fran.
Yes, exactly. So that was a little bit of a hefty bill. I think the car, or that tow, was more expensive than the car itself, but it got the job done. But it got the job done.
Here. I just want to say the days of the $4,000 Saturn are long gone.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us in your
Thank you.
season debut on After Hours. We'll have you back again. Andrew Mangiapane was our guest.